Welcome to Home Education Matters, the weekly podcast supporting you on your home education journey.
So Diane here with you today, and I'm just talking to my daughter Rosa about her experience of being home educated. So Rosa, would you like to say hello?
Yeah.
And how old are you, Rosa?
12.
You're not, you know. We have just had a birthday, so that's why Rosa can't remember how old she is. So if you were in school, you'd be in
Year 8.
Year 8, yeah. So let's hear a bit about you first. What kinds of things do you like doing, Rosa? Not necessarily home education related.
I like writing and reading.
You're a really, really good writer, aren't you? You write lots of things, lots of stories and things. And what's really cute is that sometimes on people's birthdays, your sister's birthdays, you will write them a little story for their birthday, which is just such a super present, I think. And you read loads, don't you?
Yeah.
You have pretty much a whole library in your room that we're trying to get organised at the moment, aren't we? Yeah. So let's hear a little bit about your home educating journey. How long have you been home educating now?
For this school year.
Yeah, so just as far as this school year, so just one term really. So you went to school, didn't you? So you went to primary school. What was that experience like?
Like to primary school.
Yeah. So that was you really were really happy there, weren't you?
Yes.
And they were really good, weren't they? And were very nurturing. Yeah. And then what happened when you went into year 7 secondary school?
It all kind of fell apart.
Yeah. Did fall apart a bit, didn't it?
It was a lot harder than primary school.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as caring.
Yeah. Do you think the subjects were harder?
No, I found most of it pretty easy in year 7.
Yeah, so academically it wasn't harder.
No. So harder to get to all the lessons and everything.
Yeah, really different experience, isn't it? The secondary school, where you have to take all your stuff that you need for the day. You go to a lesson, you sit down, you do the lesson, and then really quickly you have to pack up all your things, go to a different part of the building, and it's getting your head also in a completely different zone, isn't it? From one lesson to another.
Yeah.
Which I always think is really tough in secondary school. And I think, yeah, you were saying about the teachers didn't feel quite as caring as they had done in primary school. It's just a very different sort of atmosphere, isn't it? And from what I remember, you kind of struggled a bit with some of the behaviour of the older kids.
Most of them weren't very nice.
No, so they weren't very nice. It wasn't like, kids that were caring about younger children, was it? They were sort of being quite bullying and really quite unpleasant, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so for us as your parents, what we kind of saw is you just withdraw further and further into yourself. I don't know, how was it for you? Did it feel similar?
Yeah.
We kind of felt like we'd lost you a little bit. Did you feel a bit lost? Yeah, so we made the decision, didn't we? We gave you some options, didn't we? Gave you some options about trying a different school or keeping going or home educating, and you chose home educating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what does your kind of typical day look like on a home educating day? When do you get up and what do you do?
I wake up at 7 and start at 8 when my sisters leave for school.
Yeah, because that's important, isn't it? You've got sisters who all still go to school.
Yeah.
So we kind of keep the same structure, don't we, for the school day?
Yeah, and I've got a timetable, so I do like normal lessons in a day.
Yeah. And do you quite like having that structure, or would you prefer it to be a bit looser?
I like having structure.
Yeah, absolutely. I do too. Yeah, and some lessons you have tutors for, don't you?
English and maths, I think, and music.
Yeah, so we have a combination, don't we? Your maths tutor, you go to her house, don't you? Because she lives in the same town as us, which is really handy. And your English tutor you see on Zoom, because she lives in a completely different part of the country. And our music tutor comes round to see us. So it's quite varied. And I think Dad also encourages you to do a bit of activity every day, if possible. Go to the gym, or you and I have played some badminton.
Yeah.
Go out for a nice walk.
Yes.
What would you say are the good things about home educating for you?
I mean, you can focus like more on subjects you really like.
Yeah, that's really important. Although I don't think maths is your favourite, is it? But you've got to do them. But you can, other than that, focus on things that you quite like.
And you can do other subjects that they wouldn't usually teach in school, like I do citizenship.
Yeah, absolutely. So you do citizenship, which I think is a really important part of life, but not really something that you study in mainstream school.
Yeah.
What for you would be the downsides of home educating?
Probably not seeing my friends much.
Yeah, so we've tried to maintain a couple of friendships.
Yeah.
You don't see them on a day-to-day basis like you used to.
No.
You must miss them. Yeah. So we try, don't we, and sort of encourage you to do some social things.
Yeah.
Even though you're not keen at times. Okay. So if you were to sum up home education in 3 words, what would they be?
Better than school.
Better than school. That's great. Oh, thank you for talking to me today, Rosa. I'm sure what you've said has reassured lots of other parents who might be listening to the podcast. Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us for today's Home Education Matters podcast. See you at the next one. Have a lovely day.